people. This is Joe's channel. Hello, people. Joe here. Hi, guys. Barbara here. Let me make sure I'm live. Yes, I'm live. Let me go back to the comments. Move the computer. Hi, Myrna. Myrna, you're watching the Olympics. You know, I'm horrible. I should really be into the Olympics because my dad's an Olympian, right? He didn't win, but he represented Belize and he competed. But I never watched the Olympics. Only when my mom was alive. She would call every day. Did you see the gymnastics? Go turn it on tonight. They're going to show this. Did you see the swimming? Did you see? Oh my God, she was into it. Hi, Africano. Hey, how you doing? Hi, Diane. So I went to my other email, my Yahoo email, to log into my StreamYard, and it says, you have used 21 point something hours this month, and you only get 20 hours for free. So you need to pay or upgrade. I'm like, nope. Nope. I'm going to wait for it to restart. I think it restarts like on the 5th. I was going to say the 3rd, but it's probably the 5th. I'm going to go back and check when I'm done. And they'll reset my next 20 hours. So I went to my other email, my Gmail account, and it says I've used 0 hours over here, and it resets on August the 13th, the day before my birthday. Girl, you know we're going to make a lot of email accounts. I have a lot of email accounts. We're not going to pay for no StreamYard, especially when YouTube ain't paying us for these. The hell? I seen the Olympics and I'm very well. So I put to be announced because I didn't know what topic I wanted to go on to talk today, but something popped up in my feed. Hi, Kathy, right before I came on. So listen to this story. There's a city that way, San Bernardino, and there's a part of San Bernardino called Highland. And I guess these two motorists was on the freeway, the 210, going east towards Highland, or maybe they were coming this way. Didn't get all that part. All I know is that one of them was in a car driving and one of them was on a motorcycle. Now, in California, I don't know about other states, but in California, the motorcyclists can split the lane. I absolutely hate it. I think it's so dangerous because you're driving in your lane, and if you're like listening to your music and just focusing ahead, you're not seeing this fool splitting the lane with you. You might veer off to the right and then hit him, right? So there was a day when we were coming back from LA, and for some reason I was riding in the back seat. I think we had dropped off our friend Norman and he rode in the front seat. And I didn't want to get out the car and get in the front seat when we took off. I think I just stayed in the back seat. I was comfortable back there. So I'm back there, Joe's driving, and all of a sudden I hear bang, and something hit the Tahoe, like on the back glass, the back window on the side I was sitting on the right hand side. And I jump out of my skin, man. When I look, it was a motorcyclist. And I guess we were too much to the right in the lane. And he wanted to split the lane with us, so he get mad and he hit the car with his hand. No, that stuff gets you angry, right? So come back to this story. This guy in the car got pissed because the motorcyclist clipped the back part of his car. Might have been a brand new car, I don't know. But he chased the motorcyclist down off the freeway. I don't know if the motorcyclist was going to exit anyways, but both of them exit and gone into some supermarket parking lot. And they both pulled out a pow pow and they offed each other. The worst part is the guy in the car had his 2 kids in there, age 2 and age 5. I'm like, I know that it angers you because I remember how we felt when the guy hit the car with his hand. I remember how we felt, right? And we have an old car, but that's why you have insurance. You have to learn to control your anger, even though if your anger is warranted. You have to learn to control it because your anger get out of control. And look, both of them lost their life. Both of them. Hi, Christopher. Christopher, my darling, my baby. Christopher, where you been? Christopher, he always the bloody work. Christopher, you know we lost our sweet Winnie, right? Our sweet baby Wednesday. 2 weeks ago, we lost our sweet baby. In New York, where I live, is the same lane issue, but we have a bus lane only. In LA, they have certain parts that's bus lane only too, where only the buses can go in it, right? Then I saw another thing last night on TikTok or Reels or Shorts where this big tractor trailer was trying to make a turn, right? I guess a right turn onto this street over the train tracks. This car was right there in its way because sometimes they have to, well, most of the time they have to really veer out far to make the turn. Instead of this other motorist be nice and just back your car up, just back up so the truck will continue to turn. What's so hard about that? I guess maybe because Joe brother drive trucks and we used to go ride with him on the truck. We see what these cars and these motorists do to these truck drivers, why they get so pissed off, right? So we already know they have to turn, why this, that, and the third. Tell me why this car would not move and he had ample opportunity to move. Yes, cars were coming behind him on the thoroughfare that way, but he had an opportunity. There was a lull to where there were no cars coming and he coming back up. He refused to back up. The truck is on the train track. The bar come down, one of the bar come down, cross between the truck part and the trailer part. And the truck sit right there, can't do nothing. I don't know if he coming back up. Joe, do you think he coming back up? Joe, he gonna sleep. He watched the video with me. But Joe, do you think the truck driver could have back up? You think that truck driver could have back up since the car didn't want to back up? He should have back up, right? So two of them, none of them want back up. So you know what? The train whopped him. He lived, but the trailer gone. He gonna lose his entire job. Okay? Christopher, darling, I can't even talk about it because she's in the kitchen right now, holding up nice. 2 Fridays ago, she got sick the Wednesday, didn't want to eat her dinner. Thursday morning, could barely get through the breakfast. Took her to the vet Friday, and we had to make rash, fast decisions because she had a huge tumor. They don't think it was cancer, but the surgery would have been $20,000 plus because they had to do exams and stuff. We had her cremated. She's sitting here, right here in the window in a box. The box is sealed completely. You know how crushed Jada is. She was only 10. My baby was only 10. The truck driver crazy, the car crazy, all of them crazy. They're all crazy. I understand, people's anger. I really do, because we get angry too. I mean, everybody gets angry when they're driving, right? But you just have to okay, take a breath. Okay, is it worth this though? This man is on the train track. Is it worth this? If he don't want to back up, let me back up.
Does this have a lid?
Yeah, it's I washed it already. See if you know that turkey pan behind you. Right? Okay.
Hey, Mom, did you get the last of those little chicken nuggets? The ceviche.
I gave it to Cora.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the ceviche?
We just don't have chips.
All the chips are not at that yellow bowl?
Yeah. The bowl? Yeah.
No, the yellow bowl. That has that, or that daddy thing. Or that's daddy's panades thing.
Yeah.
No chips?
There were chips. So there you go buy some.
Daddy, it's so hot. It's too hot to go out there. You should be scared of trucks. For 4 years, I cook for them babies, but I think the 6 years when they eat that stupid dry dog food, already did the damage. Cora is still here, praise God. She's about to be 11 in October. She is still spritey and energetic and beautiful, and thank God we could pour love into her. Maybe in the future, Jada will want another dog. We don't know right now. Jada's just grieving. When we lost the other lab, we got Winnie right away because I knew there was a window of opportunity to get another dog, or Joe would have shut down. No more dog. No more dog. Yeah, so those are the two traffic-infused stories that I wanted to talk about. So now let's come back into YouTube and YouTubers. So I always talking about that Queen of Kings girl because she do things every day.
See all that craziness going on, Mr. Beast?
What happened with Mr. Beast now?
I don't know. I never went too deep into it, but it's blowing up.
What?
Like, I'm sure that I don't know what you but like
He supposedly diddling little kids?
The helper did something, and Mr. Beast covering something up or something. I don't know.
Oh, Lord, have mercy. Well, we're going to investigate that first before we talk about it, because I just told you guys on the other page that I don't like when content creators will talk about a topic and they didn't investigate it enough. Like I've watched that girl, Queen of Kings, since last year, August, when she was about 6 months pregnant with that other baby. And I really liked her and I really liked the family. She did have a brashness about her that was off putting a little bit. But because I like the four kids and the husband, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch, right? Because she doesn't know how to hide her face and she doesn't know how to be appreciative. You know, like when the little boy made the pizza with the dad a few videos, like a few months ago, she couldn't even pretend to like the pizza on camera. You could pretend to like the pizza on camera. When you get off camera, you could give constructive criticism to the boy. He's only 9. And you could say, you know what, I like the flavor, because I think the flavor probably came out nice, but the bottom was soggy because they were trying to cook the pizza on silver foil on the tray for the oven, right? We've been there, done that, and that thing come out soggy.
I looked. Do you have any cabbage?
No, no cabbage. So she tell her, oh, it's nasty, it's this, it's that, and I'm like, oh my god, how could you be so rude? Then it tell the same Lee boy, a hair feel like Brillo. What would you tell a picnic hair feel like Brillo? I don't understand that. You wouldn't like it if white people told your kid that, you know? So the thing that I don't like about her, we're not going to get into all her antics. We're going to get into this part. I don't like that she puts things out there and then piss people off, because she knows she's pissing people off, because she race baits and she rage baits. And then she get mad when people react to it. Like I've been in here for months, probably since she gave birth to the baby in December. I've been in here talking Joe ear off, talking Joshua ear off about this girl. Is Brenda in here? If Brenda will remember, there was another girl I used to watch. I don't ever call her name because I'm not sure of what I suspect about her. No thanks, Josh. Yesterday was enough. I feel that thing around my heart.
Okay.
The girl started off as a vlogger, and then she came on and she said she was preggers. She's older. She was like 31, 32. And that was her first baby, and they were wanting one bad, yada yada. But there was something that felt off to me, and I called Brenda and I said, Brenda, much you want bet that girl the lie about that pregnancy in one got one miscarriage. Brenda was waiting. Girl, tell me why 3 weeks later that girl come on the cry. Said it could probably be true that she was pregnant and had the miscarriage, but I didn't feel it in my bones when she said it. Brenda was like, girl, you said it. You said it. That girl supposed the miscarriage. After that, a lot of people went in on her and they told her that she announced it too early. And she says, well, how early is too early to announce a pregnancy? Because you could lose a baby right up to 9 months, which is true. But she's a nurse. She knows you don't announce anything until one doctor confirm it. When a doctor confirms it and said, yes, I feel it, I see it, or whatever, it looks healthy, it's this far along, yada yada, this is your due date, that's when you could start tell a few people. But I personally wait 3 months. Because anything could happen before 3 months. Hi, Barb. So we felt that girl was lying, but we don't know. After that, she stopped doing vlogging and she started to do how to make money off of side gigs. So I don't really watch anymore. But I always suspected that girl lied about that pregnancy, and I'm not sure that it's true. So I will never call her name because I don't want to falsely accuse people, right? So no, me and Brenda used to talk about that girl all the time. So I didn't have nobody to talk to about this girl because nobody was watching. So I talked Joe ears off, Joshua ears off. Like, let me tell you what this gal do. Oh my God, can you believe this gal do this? Oh my, how, but how YouTube make she get on with this? This, and that's the kind of conversation I have in here until I started to look for channels that were reacting to her, because I know once people are pissing people off like that, there's always channels that will be reacting to her. So I found one and I started to watch her. Her page led me to another page, which is Talk It Out with Tash, or Talk About It with Tash. And I like her better because she's funny. And then the other girl picked a big fight with her because they were getting to know each other. And it was just nasty and rude. And I stopped watching the other girl because I'm like, I don't like the way you carry on. You could stay across the me, you don't have to quarrel, but I'll stay in this camp, right? I pick sides. So every evening at 6:30, if Tash is on, that's where you can find me for 3 hours. 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30 before she get kicked off. Joshua, do you know why she gets kicked off? This girl that I watch every day for 3 hours.
3 hours?
She's paying for StreamYard, so she has the unlimited StreamYard. But do you know why she gets kicked off after 3 hours?
No, because I think YouTube cap is like 10 or 9 hours.
Yeah, it's not 10 or 9 hours, but she gets kicked off all the time. And the video doesn't come down, so it's not like they flag the video. But she has intelligent people that comes on her panel and gives their opinion about what that girl is doing. And I like that because it's not to she thinks that they're just bashing her, but honestly, they're not bashing her. They're really talking real things. And when they say certain things, the girl goes and makes corrections. Like if they say, we don't like to see the kids on camera with their shirt off, even though they're all boy picnic, 8, 9, and 4 now. The 3-year-old just turned 4. They're like, would you please stop doing that? Because there's perverts on the internet that's watching your picnic, even though it's a boy, right? Make them put on a little tongue top or something. You'll see next video, they have on clothes. So she's watching. She's watching and making the changes that they're saying because she do a lot of foolishness. That little baby that's 7 months, I don't know how many times that baby not fall on a knocky head. It's sad. The one that's 4 like to go to the pool and run when the floor is already wet and the foot bottom already wet and flip right before he gets in the pool. Last time he hit his head and he was okay when he landed in the water, but an hour later he threw up. That's not a good sign. You know what I mean? Hi B, you make it? You making chocolate chip cookie? I just slip up and remind you that I baked a black cake for my birthday that's coming up. I made a big one and I told him it's for my birthday. So because I told him it's for my birthday, he didn't touch it. He was such a good boy. And I said, how come you're not eating the cake? And he goes, you said it's for your birthday. And I said, Joy, it's a big cake. My birthday is on the 14th. That's coming up pretty fast. You could eat some. Just leave me a nice piece for us to take to the beach now. Not to go on crazy, right? B, I was telling about that one girl me and you was watching. Don't call the name. And we suspect that she lied about that pregnancy and that subsequent miscarriage, but we're not sure. So we don't want to call the name, right? Yeah, so I don't coming back to the girl, the Queen of Kings girl. I don't like that when you put the content out there and people react to it, she sends her minions, her faithful cult followers. Jada, I might is that a commercial or something? I don't want to get flagged. So she sends her minions to go over to people's channel and flag the channels so that the channels can get shut down. She waited for poor Tosh to become monetized. And that's when a bunch of the minions gonna just flag, 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 and get that girl page shut down. She got back the page after I told her dispute it. So she disputed, and now they say 30 days time they're going through all the stuff to make sure she wasn't doing what the girl claimed she was doing. And of course they holler about bullying and harassing. How the hell can you bully a grown-ass adult? I don't understand that. I understand that kids can get bullied, but not grown adults. You're a grown adult. You could stand up for yourself. You could get off the internet. Stay out on people pages. Then you won't have to know what they're saying about you. Barbie, reheated pizza. I make burgers in mine a lot. We get the patties from Costco. I season it up and I put it on some aluminum foil. I'm gonna buy one of a stack of those papers that you put it on though. And that's what I do a lot. And then like if we make our panades or meat pie or even broiled chicken, anything that tends to be more dry, we heat it for 1 minute in the microwave and then we put it in the air fryer for the rest of the time to heat up and it'll crisp right back up. So I don't really do any heavy duty cooking in it. Mm-hmm. The foolishness on YouTube is insane. But okay, so this girl, Queen of Kings, she's a black American girl that's the mom is mixed up with stuff. The dad is Jamaican descent, whatever. But she's married to this white guy, but she has 2 prior kids from another black American. And she's constantly calling those 2 older kids her colored kids. Who the Ross say that anymore? Her colored kids. And then the 2 is my biracial kids. I'm like, none of your kids are really biracial, you know. Because your father being Jamaican make your race split into a million pieces right there because Jamaicans are mixed up with all kind of things just like Belizeans are.
Bob calling me the light-skinned one.
Yeah, that's like me calling you biracial when you have 4 races in you or 4 ethnicities in you, I should say. Right? European, African.
No, but I'm saying like to her own kids. You know how like Josh was like darker than me and Jory's.
Oh yeah, she likes the 2 biracial kids more. But I don't even think it's the biracial part of it that makes her like them more. That's just a small part of it. I think it's because she's with the dad for those 2 kids right now, and she hates the dad for the prior 2 kids. She's that type of woman where whenever she get with a man, she have to breed for him so every other woman can know I was there. I put my stamp there. So I know somebody who did that. So it's crazy. I don't like you trying corn on the cob later. Okay. Yeah, how did we do corn on the cob? Oh, we did that in the microwave. We left it in the whole skin and everything, and then we wet paper towel and wrapped it and then put it in there for 1 minute, I think, and it cooked the corn. Ooh, it was good. Speaking of corn, that girl give that 7-month-old baby corn on the cob to eat when a baby don't have no teeth. I'm like, then she's talking about people are sending the police to her door. Nobody sent the police to her door. I think people have been calling CPS. CPS will come. Maybe they'll have one police as backup, but they're not going to send just 3 random police to your house. I think they just met the police officers out there in Hawaii, and they probably know that she does YouTube because she's got 1 million subscribers, and they pose with her or whatever. She lied. Everything out of that girl mouth is a lie, but when we discuss it, we get flagged, right? That's why I don't tag her name in none of my videos. But I'm glad to have a safe space where I could go with grown ladies that actually could talk sense. So I know that I'm not crazy. Everybody like to blame it on her youth. Well, you know, she young. She only 29. No, 29 don't got nothing to do with it. Jada's gonna be 29 in December. Yes, Jada don't have no kids. She only had that one baby that just passed. Her little furry baby. This girl chose to have 4 kids by age 29. You know why I say she chose it? She don't believe in abortion. She don't believe in contraceptives. And she don't believe in vaccines. So you choose your own poison. I don't know how her kids are in school. Because I wouldn't want my kid to be in any school next to an unvaccinated child. The hell? They could bring all kind of shit up in there. Just saying. You remember when grown adults were getting polio in today time? Because they were changing the baby diaper, the baby didn't get the vaccines. Or no, what happened? The baby got the vaccine. The man didn't have the vaccine, the dad. The baby got the vaccine and he changed the baby diaper, and in the poop, the polio stuff went on the man. The man got polio, crippled in the wheelchair. Me, I take every vaccine they got forgive me.
There's no
Just
coming
saying.
back from polio, right?
There's no coming back from cripple.
No.
Their vaccine where they put that one that left the mark, is that like smallpox, right? Whatever that one that leaves a mark from here till the end of time, we had that when we were babies. But when we came into this country, my mom didn't have the proof on paperwork, and they saw the old spot there. They still give me a new one, so I got 2. I got 2. Exactly, Barb. I don't understand. You know what? I shouldn't say I don't understand. She race baits for a reason. It gets her views. Because look how pissed off I am about it, right? I don't like when you put Pickney against each other, though. I don't like when she says she has a favorite child. I don't know who the favorite child is because she never said which one it is, but I don't understand how a mom could have a favorite child. Now, I have 3 kids, and they all have different personalities. Some of them share the same traits, personality-wise, but 3 of them have a lot of different pluses that I love and minuses that I don't like. But that don't mean I like that one less than this one. I can go to them with different things. Like if I want technology, I could go to Josh. If it's iPhone technology, I go to Jory, right? If it's anything else, I go to Jada and Joe because they know everything else, right? So it's like, how can you have a favorite child if all 3 of my kids were falling off of a cliff and I could only save one? You know which one I would save? The one that I could reach. The first one that I could reach, because maybe I can. If you can't save all 3, it's because you can't reach all 3. So whichever one I could reach is the one I'm saving. I used to always tell them that when I was little. I would want to save all 3. But the one that I could reach, okay?
And if you save that one you can't reach, they can help save the other ones.
Kathy, that makes sense. Kathy says, I believe a mom can get along better with one than the other one, but to have a favorite, yeah. Yeah, I think I get along a lot easier with Josh, now that he's older. And I don't mean older like, because he's in his 30s, because he's out of his teenage years, right? Joshua was bad as a baby. We're not going to lie. We're not going to lie. He was a menace. He was a menace. He wasn't upstart. He was mannerly, kind, everything like that. But he was a runner. You open the front door, Joshua gone. He already at the park. Missed traffic and everything. And he would learn how to open the door. And, okay, how high you have the stupid chain, this, that, the third. Whoo, God, Joshua put me through it. When I got pregnant with Jory, I looked at the heaven and I tell God, I said, God, please don't give me another one like him. Please, God, give me a calm, sweet, sedated baby. And Jory was,
I would say sweet.
he was calm, but not sweet. He had his brow furry up like always in anger. He come out 19, 20, 21 days early, right? Always pissed off. Always hot. I hot. Don't get near me. Don't touch me. I hot. He's still that way. But Jory is very much very loving and giving. If I call Jory right now and say, can you stop by after work tomorrow and do XYZ and I'm gonna be, he'll come. I said, Daddy, I have to go up and fix the roof. I'll come. I said, Joshua, they're right here. No, I don't care. I'm coming. You know what I mean? Josh, can you give me my water before you go? It's full already, white bottle. I don't know where I put it. Thank you, babe.
Mm-hmm.
What you eat?
I made some fried rice and we eat that chicken.
Okay. That leg that they had?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tomorrow, good dinner. Nachos. Yeah, favoritism is not good. Why you gonna do that? You can't even do that to a small child. We don't even do that to the dogs. You know what I mean? We don't show no favoritism like that. When Jada buys stuff for Wednesday, when Wednesday was alive, even though Cora is not her dog, she would buy enough for both. When Jory buys stuff for Cora, he buys enough for both. We don't do no favoritism up in here. So these people, she's not the only one, she's just the one that I happen to be watching. But I guess there's others out there that are doing the same thing. Now, there's the other one that I used to watch years ago and I stopped. And I stopped too because I feel like she faked I don't like when they fake pregnancy. They'll fake pregnancy. They'll buy pregnancy tests to show positive. They'll even buy ultrasound to show ultrasound and they know they're not pregnant. Then they come back and cry and say they had a miscarriage. I think that is a horrible thing to do, especially for the real women in real life that are having miscarriages, that are triggered by your loss, that has to come and give you condolences and feel your pain. Because when you watch these YouTubers, they leave a thing with you. Like you guys don't know me. Even Brenda has never met me, right? Nobody in this chat has met me in real life. There's only a handful of people that I talk to in this thing that has really and truly met me in real life. But I still feel like we have a friendship going on, right? And so if something bad happened to me and my family, it affects you guys negatively. Like when we lost the dog, you guys felt it. And we didn't lie about losing the dog. Other people will do that. They'll take the dog, give it to an uncle, auntie, grandpa name, and come back and cry and say the dog died just for views. I can't do that. I cannot tell lie just for views. I want to make money doing YouTube. A matter of fact, I have to make money doing YouTube because this is a job that I like. If not, I'm going to have to go get a real job, like what they say, right? Because it's not working out. I'm pumping out those cooking videos like I crazy. And those cooking videos are not getting no views. I don't even know if I'm going to post another cooking video because I haven't even made one. I was so bogged down with the stupid, with the thing, the yard sale that I was doing. I made a short today out of that bread. Oh my God, that knife works so good. If you were in my other live at the cooking page that I took down, and I only took the live down because I had the camera turned that way and Jada came out kind of half naked with just a t-shirt on and no pants. And I don't know what you all saw because sometimes her t-shirts are short. And I didn't have time to go scrub through that video, so I took it down. But I think when we go live at the other page, at the cooking page, we're going to try to go live using YouTube app on the phone because I don't know if we could use it on the computer. I think it's a lot of rigmajig to use it on the computer. And we're going to save the StreamYard hours for over here, okay? Yeah, that's why me and Brenda was shocked. Africano, me and Brenda was shocked when that one girl that I didn't call her name, we were shocked when she did it, supposedly. Remember, we're not sure she did it. We just suspect, right? We were shocked when she did it because she was at least between 31 and 33. And I feel like that's too old to play games, especially when you're a whole nurse. And it may be true that she really got pregnant and she really suffered a miscarriage. But there was something when she said the announcement that didn't sit well with me. She announced it on Christmas Day. They run up and down the street in the snow screaming. Her mother and father screaming, that one screaming, everybody screaming, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then boom, 3 weeks later, and Brenda said, you call that one. And I don't think I'm psychic. I just know how to read these lying ass people, right? So YouTubers, a bunch of them really, really tick me off. The only niche that I really, really enjoy that don't anger me is the tarot niche with the psychics and the mediums and the astrologers. They don't tick me off because they work with each other. They let you know that this is for entertainment purposes only. So you can't be putting your whole money on top of everything they're saying. If they read something for you and then it don't work out, you can't be suing them. They say entertainment purposes only. But the minute they go live, they get 10,000. This lady have 70,000 subscribers and she go live just talking political readings and stuff like that. She had 10,000 people in her chat while she was in the live. They get a lot of views. By the time that video done right now, when I was watching, inside of 5 minutes, the video gone to 15,000 views. This, I said, oh my God. Then people get a lot of views and they don't fight up with each other in that industry. And they've asked you, do not come in the chat and tell us what another reader said, because we're all friends, and we don't want you to bash nobody else. So if you think my reading is correct and you think that reader number 8 down the street reading is wrong, don't come and put it in here, because we're all friends and everybody get different vibes and stuff like that. Everybody has different intuition. You know what I mean? So I really like that niche. I don't like I used to watch the what do you call the niche, the beef sector all the time. I would never comment. I would just watch from the bushes and see who fighting with who, and I would have my own opinion as to who was lying from who was truthing. And I would call Brenda, bend Brenda ears. Brenda, do you think so and so and so? Because she would watch all the same thing. By the way, remember when I tried the Dijon mustard earlier to see what was making my tongue feel weird? So far, I think it's that my tongue feels really weird. It's brassy, it's metally, it feels numb. At the same time, it feels tingly. I don't know that I'm allergic to Dijon mustard, because I don't like to put allergy on everything. I am allergic to the grease ants. You guys saw how I swole up that time. I'm allergic to bee stings and probably wasps. I've never been stung by a wasp, but because I'm allergic to bee, probably wasp too. And I'm allergic to nutmeg. That's I know so far. Anything else, I don't want to put it on allergy. I would say I have adverse reaction. So I'm not going to put that. I can't. I'm going to have to make the dressing different and figure what can I replace Dijon mustard with to make my Caesar dressing, because I think that was like the main part of it. Okay. What did you see on Instagram? He says, Africano, are you a girl? Did you tell me already if you're a girl? It says, true, I could tell something not right. I saw it on Instagram. What did you see what did we say just now? What did you see on Instagram? Hi, Hazel. The bee sting. Mothers, that was not bee sting. That was ants. And it's not sugar ants or fire ants. It was grease ants. There's some small little ants that sometimes you don't see them. They look like dirt. And I know that I'm allergic to them, because when I moved in here one time, I was sleeping on the couch and I woke up and I was lethargic and not breathing right. And Joe rushed me to the hospital. And when I lift up my shirt, I had multiple ant bites or ant stings or whatever. And they're like, you're allergic here. You have to have an EpiPen. But after I left Kaiser in 2008 and didn't get them back till 2016 or 2015, they never gave me the EpiPen again. Remember, those prices skyrocketed. And I never sat down with my doctor that I have now to tell her, do you think I need one? Because that day when I swole up, I didn't stop breathing. I started to get mucusy, but I didn't stop breathing. So that wouldn't have been an opportunity for me to inject myself with that pen. But I always have to have the Pepsid AC on hand, because apparently the Pepsid AC is an antihistamine. And I can't take Benadryl, which is the popular antihistamine that everybody can take. So they did a different medicine. They did Pepsid AC, and that thing worked right away. Within hours, that thing was gone. It's not fire ant. It's not fire ant. Brown mustard? You think brown mustard? I do have a honey something brown mustard. I did used to put that into the sauce. What do you call it? The dressing. But then the recipe said Dijon. So I went and bought the Dijon. And remember, I told you guys, every time I eat this thing, it's a bad taste, man. Nothing you could eat tastes good. If I go eat a piece of chocolate, it doesn't taste good. If I eat a piece of cake, it doesn't taste good. Chicken, nothing's going to taste good for like 48 hours. That's why it took me this long to test try it. I waited like 5 days before I test tried this thing. But that's what I'll do. When Jada was little Jada used to break out because Jada have bad eczema, and she would break out with the bad eczema whenever she would eat certain things, and we couldn't pinpoint what it was. We thought it was strawberries, and then we found out it was red dye number 40. That specific one. But we have to like do process of elimination and then try each things one at a time. So I'm saying it's the Dijon mustard because it took a while though. Remember Sandra told me to wait when we did the last video on the last page. Sandra said, wait, sis, don't try the cheese because I was going to try the Parmesan cheese. She said, wait, because sometimes it takes a few hours to take effect. How the hell can my tongue feel tingly at the same time it feels numb? I guess that's what people feel when they have neuropathy from diabetes, right? Their foot bottom feel tingly and numb at the same time. Alfredo sauce is kind of made the same way, except you make that with milk, and I could make that with coconut milk. I make that all the time with coconut milk and the Parmesan cheese. That's why I didn't think the cheese was the problem because I don't remember feeling this and tasting this. That metal taste is not good. It's like when you had COVID. Girl, I'm telling you, one time a bee sting me as I was walking into Walmart, sting me right underneath my wedding ring. Mothers, they had to sit me down. You know how the greeter at Walmart has a little chair they sit down on? They had to sit me on the greeter's chair because I couldn't breathe. I was like, heart racing, everything. And why did the bee want to pick me? Joe and Jory was right there. Jory tall as I don't know what. Sting he, not sting me. They're not allergic. I could do it with coconut milk. But I don't want to put that sauce on my salad though. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make a salad dressing. Because I like the Caesar dressing, but then put too much salt in it, you know? You say I can't drink one the popular brands of cola. Huh. Really? So it could be the brand itself, not the Dijon? Well, I'm gonna check to see which brand I have. I think it's Food for Less brand, and then I'll go find a fancy brand. And what I'm gonna do is go check to see what's in each of them because apparently it has like a basic type thing that it's made with, and something's called some kind of juice. I forgot what the hell the thing called. Some weird name juice, and it's something that's made from sour grapes and all type of thing. So I'm gonna see if they all have the same ingredients and go from there. But man, I won't wait a few days because me not like the way how my tongue feel at all. My tongue feel dry. Man, you lucky, Myrna, you lucky. I don't know why I have to be allergic to all these things. That's another thing with the girl too from Queen of Kings. I think she's lying about being allergic to all the things she says she's allergic to. And she went out to this restaurant with this Hawaiian girl, and she bought alcoholic drink, like a margarita type drink. And she had to stop the man and say, "Wait a minute, there's no nuts in this, right? Which one would they put nuts in an alcoholic drink like that?" I was like, "This girl is stupid. You just want attention. You're not even allergic to these things that you're saying. You don't want to deal with real allergic reaction to things. I wish that I wasn't allergic because an allergic reaction to something just tells you that your immune system is compromised. That's what it tells me. So I need to build up my immune system because then my immune system will know that that thing is not going to cause me any harm. So you don't have to overreact to it. It's an overreaction. I don't like being allergic to stuff like when I go out, I have to worry about what I eat because if nutmeg is in it, I'm gonna be in some deep doo doo. And Joe has to like smell first and taste first. But I don't alert nobody and annoy nobody. Like if Joe's not there and I have cousins and sit and auntie and them next to me, I will say, "Did you make this bread pudding? Yes. Did you put nutmeg? Yes. Okay, then thank you. I can't eat it. Did you make this bread pudding? No. Do you know who made it? Yeah, so and so. Let me go ask them. And sometimes them Belize and them Cruffy, when you go ask them and say, "Can I just ask you about the rice pudding or the bread pudding or the tart? Did you put any nutmeg in it? Why? You just want my recipe go put by a show?" I'm like, "Bitch, we know why you're nasty Ross recipe. Me could cook better than Uno all day long. You know why? Because I actually learned from people who know how to cook. My mom, my mom's aunt Tylene, my auntie name, other people from my dad's side that I'm not gonna name because they done dead and gone, so why name them? They taught me how to cook, huh?
I did not get that. Oh, don't take my recipe.
Shit, I would wish that somebody had a cooking show and say, "Can I use your recipe and give you a shout out?"
That'd be nice.
That'd be nice. That'd be real nice, right? I'm special. Why I feel like Myrna she'd insult me. I'm special. Oh, I'm telling you, I don't want to have these allergic reaction. She'd a lie. She's the queen of lies, Myrna. And I know Myrna used to watch that girl, but Myrna, when I watch her, honestly, she antagonizes me so much that I feel like I need to pee. Every time it does something to my nerves.
Is that what happened to Cora?
Cora was spiteful. Cora was spiteful. Honest to God, the minute she opened her mouth and start to talk, I feel like I need to pee right away. I'm like, what the hell is wrong? It's a nerve thing. She hits one last nerve in my brain. My dad used to say this about a couple of his nieces. He said it's okay to not have like an education, college education, high school, whatever. It's okay. There's a lot of people who are not educated school wise, book wise, that has we'll call it thing, Josh? Josh, what you say?
What, millions?
No man,
GDP?
no, the intuition what you have. I can't think about the word right now.
Tuition?
You guys know what I'm talking. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Savvy?
No man, like when people are not educated, they say they have common sense. Common sense.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like to say, oh, common sense isn't so common after all, right? They have common sense. A lot of people have good common sense to get them through life without an education, right? Can you imagine if they got an education, how much more productive they would have been too? But he says if you check your status and you find out that you don't have no common sense at all, and on top of that, you are not educated, and I'm not talking about college education, talking about just common high school, right? Go to Belize call it primary school and then high school, where they call it college in Belize, but it's high school. And he says if you check and you find out that you don't have no common sense and you're not educated, run into school fast. Don't even stop nowhere. Sign up for some kind of classes and get into school because you're not going to be able to make it without common sense. Street smart is a good one too. I'm a delicate flower. Yeah, but it's street smart is a good one, but I was looking for the common sense specifically. Because that's why people make bad decisions because they don't employ common sense. And sometimes they don't have common sense. Like I always tell people, I don't think I have too much common sense because when I see a problem, sometimes I can't figure it out. But I think it's a little bit spoiled. I'm spoiled because Joe and Jada are good at figuring things out. Even Joshua. Joshua can figure technology things out. But other common things, me and Joshua are like, oh, duh. We would have never thought about tying a string there and then pulling the tape through so and solutions. Me, Joshua, and Jory, maybe we just got book smarts. I don't know. But Joe and Jada, Lord have mercy, they could figure things out. I remember we went to Belize. Let's see if Joshua remember this story. And coming back from the Maya ruins and stuff, we had Joe's nephew was driving. The truck got a flat tire. And when I tell you the tire bust up, it bust up into smithereens. So we have to try to get when it busted, it hit on the muffler, I think. Right, Josh? It hit underneath some hot part of the car, and it hit on the muffler, and the muffler thing busted. Whatever strap that holds the muffler up busted. So now even if we change a tire, we can't drive the car because the muffler going to drag on the ground. We didn't have nothing to tie up the muffler with. So right down on the ground, Joe saw a plastic casing, like telephone wires. You know how they put it in a plastic casing? And he told us that if you get that thing right there, you have a little knife or something, and they start to cut that thing open and get out the wires that was on the inside of the casing, and they tie up the muffler with that. Child, I would have never thunk. I would have never thunk of that, okay? So that's the kind of stuff Joe brain does, okay? So, yeah, I think the main core of this topic that I want to talk, because I'm going to have to pick a title for it, because I just said, to be announced or whatever, or to be honest or something I named it. I don't like these YouTubers that gaslight us. I'll watch your content. I liked watching that girl when she was just having fun with her kids and her husband. And then she started to go live, and then you saw her true personality and you saw what she was really like, and now she's not a likable person. Her mom wrote a book. And I want to buy the book, but the book is $20. And I have a birthday coming up, and I have other more important things I want to buy. I want to buy the capture card, the Elgato capture card for $89, so I can hook it to my Mac and hook it to that VCR that I bought, and I'm going to copy out of over all the kids' videos from the time they were babies, from the time Joshua got baptized. Joshua was born June 1989, but nobody in the family had a video camera at that point until Joe's brother bought a video camera August 1989, and he bought it specifically to tape Joshua's christening because he was the godfather. And then after that, we got a camera around Christmas time. So all the video that you see from August to like Christmas time, 1989, is from Joe's brother's camera that he would come over and film for us. After that, we bought our own. And after that, every time we went to a backyard party, people would call and say, "Can you bring your camera?" Remember, it's the big old thing on your shoulder like that. "Can you bring your camera and record? We bought a tape," and they would use us up and spit us out. I know once I don't carry over my video, a bunch of people are going to ask, "Can you do that for my videos? I have all these videos from yesteryear." And I wouldn't mind helping people that are close to me, but they have to know that when I push that video into that VHS, it might not come out. And I promise you, if your tape is gonna f up my VCR, I'm gonna broke up your tape to get it out of my VCR. The hell? No. You think it's because of the pandemic, Africano? Thank you, Kathy. It was common sense. You think? And like you said, it's being exposed because I think they were always that way. I think that girl is the kind of person that hits. Like when she fights with that guy, I think when she's not on camera, she probably hits him, scratch him in the face, stuff like that. And he probably doesn't want to hit her back because he's so big, he's gonna lay her out. Plus, maybe he's the kind that don't want to hit a woman. Although when she was airing him out, she said, "Oh, you were known for beating up women." And then she even said that in Iowa, where he's from, there's a police report on him because he put a pow pow to his head and he was gonna off himself. No, I'd be very afraid to live with somebody like that. Honestly, because if they could think that far that they want to off themselves, they could off me first. And I always let everybody in here know, as bad as things are, I want to live. I want to live every single day that God grants me on this earth. I don't want to leave one day earlier than I should. I wish that I could be like President Carter and be 100 years old almost and still have all my senses. The man look like he still have all his senses. You know? Yeah, they're all baptized. So this is how we were with the religion when we were brought up. So my grandmother, my mom's mom, she is Anglican or Episcopalian, right? In America, they call it Episcopalian. In other parts of the world, it's called Anglican. And so she got married. My granny got married to my grandpa, who was a Catholic. So back in them days, you have to succumb to the husband's religion, right? So she didn't really join the Catholic Church, but she baptized all her children Catholic because she wanted to please her husband, who later on got out and cheat on her anyways and breed 4 bastards out there. There, I said it. I know one of them live in my town. I don't care. So anyways, can you believe that? My grandpa breed a woman out there with 4 picnic. My granny didn't know nothing. We didn't find out nothing till my granny died, right? We didn't find out nothing. And one of them moved from Belize, from Benke actually, and can live right here in my town. Why? So anyways, see, Bessie said I want a long, healthy life too. I'm telling you. So all of my mom and her siblings, them were baptized Catholic, but they never went to Catholic church. They never went to Catholic school. They only went to Anglican church and Anglican school, which is same, but different, right? It's just that Anglican, we don't believe in praying to the saints. Anglicans don't. Catholics do, right? We don't believe in praying to Mary, Jesus' mom. And we believe that our priests can marry. Don't you think that's like the only difference? I think that's the only difference. It's same, but different. So when my mom got married to my dad, he's a Methodist. He's from Wesley Church. He went to Wesley College. So my mom fell into the same trap of, I'm going to please my husband and I'm going to baptize his children in his religion. So she baptized my older brother, me, and my sister as Methodists. We never went to Methodist church or Methodist school because in Belize, the churches have their own school. Although I remember one time when I was young, as a teenager, my godmother she's my godmother from confirmation though. She did pick me up and take me to a New Year's Eve service at the Methodist church. And that's the only time I remember going there. My mom didn't send us. My mom sent us to Episcopal or Anglican schools and church. All right. So then when I had my children, Joe says he was baptized Catholic. His mom was raised, I always say Badventist. He was raised Adventist, but he wasn't raised Adventist, but the mom was. And so he says, it's up to you where you want to baptize the kids. And I said, well, can we do Anglican? Because obviously that's been a tradition. And he says, that's fine by me. So we went to St. John's Church in LA. We joined the church while I was pregnant. And after the baby was born, they baptized Josh there. And then Jory got baptized there a couple of years later. And then by the time we moved out here, we were going to the Anglican church here. It was called St. Luke's. And then there came a point when the priest laid hands on me because he believed in it. And the Anglicans say only the apostles can lay hands and see the sick recover. And the priest did not believe it. He believed that, all of us have the power to lay hands on what somebody raised up from their sick bed. And so I was 9 months pregnant with Jada, and Jada was breech, and she was due in a week. And the doctor said, come back in that week, and we're going to turn the baby. I don't know why I thought he was just going to like feel up my belly and turn the baby until I asked him how that happened. And when he told me, I said, I'm so good. I'm going to go to church and I'm going to pray. And I went to church and I told the priest, and he called everybody up who believed. This is an Anglican church. And he says, if you believe, come up and lay hands on Barbara and let's turn this baby. And they did. And I went home, and within 4 hours, the baby turned, and I felt her turn. Oh God, it was not nice. Freaking Jada been a problem since day one. And so later on, one of the Karens in the church, this old white B word named Marina, went and told the higher ups, the bishop them, what the priest did. She didn't come up and lay hands on me. And so after I gave birth to the baby a week later, I had a room by myself, and there was another new mom that had a room by herself, but we had to share the bathroom. The bathroom was Jack and Jill, right? And so I waited for Jada to start crying before I went to use the bathroom, because if she stopped crying, then I know something was wrong, right? Somebody took her. The minute I sat down on the toilet, she stopped crying. And so I jumped up and ran out there, and she was gone. I was like, oh my God. I ran out the room screaming at the top of my lungs, my baby's gone, my baby's gone. And there was a nurse down the way, far away, just in earshot, but not quite. She had her back turned and her arm was kind of funny, like maybe she had a baby in her arm. I wasn't sure. And so the nurses were running from their station. They're like, what happened? What happened? I said, the baby was crying. I put the baby in the thing when she was crying because I wanted, if anybody came and got her, I knew. And somebody took the baby. And then she turned around very coyly and she said, I have the baby. And I said, but the rule says you're not supposed to take the baby without the bassinet. If you're going to take the baby to do anything at all, even to soothe the baby, you're supposed to transport the baby in the bassinet. You left the bassinet in there and carried the baby in your arms. And she goes, oh, I'm new. She was some type of Asian. I went off. I lost it, right? And so by the time I went off, Marina used to go volunteer over there. So she came and she's like, oh, Barbara, this is a nurse. We trust her. They've been vetted. I'm like, shut up. Get on my face, right? So the priest arrived at the same time, because that was the kind of priest he was. He was old, but he would drive all the way from Whittier for any of his parishioners. He came because he knew I had the baby, because one of the other church members told him. I don't remember who told him. And he took me back to the room and he calmed me down and he told her to go away. Go away, Marina. She's a new mom and they took her baby. How the hell do you expect her not to overreact, right? So, Bessie's talking about her parents. Welcome back, B. So, I think all that happened made Marina get pissed and went and told the bishop on the priest, Father Keith. His name was Father Keith. And they went to him and they told him that he had to come back and apologize for what he did. And he had to let the parishioners know that that's not true, that no priest could lay hands and see nobody situation turn around, that is only for the apostles. And whatever the dogma was, they wanted him to come back and say. And he says, no, I can't say that because I don't believe that. And so he had the option to lose his pension and pretty much stay a priest in the church, but he wouldn't get his pension. So he decided to leave the church and he went to the Charismatic Episcopal Church, which is out of San Diego. And they didn't have a location here for him, but they wanted him and they gave him his pension that he was going to miss at that church. And he started to host the church in one of the members' homes right here in Fontana. And he did that for probably 5 years and it grew. I mean, the house had a big den and it was family oriented and everybody loved each other. Everybody looked out for each other. And the lady had a pool that we could go to in the summer and they had barbecues for the church. It was a wonderful 5 year stint to do that. But eventually he got older and he needed his pension and stuff. So he went back in the fold. I don't know if he had to like apologize publicly and they gave him back his pension and stuff like that. And because he had only built up a little bit in the new church, right? And eventually he passed away, but he was still a priest in that whole community or whatever. So that our little church broke up. We only had 5 good years with him. But it's all because of what he did. And he saved my daughter's life, and I'll never forget that. He's died now, he's gone. He died like in his late 80s. But it was an experience and a half, and that's where I started to believe in laying on hands healing. I believe that all of us have that power in us if we only believe and we employ it in the name of Jesus and we could lay hands on people and watch them recover. I promise you, if I come up upon an accident scene, I'm not going to be there crying and screaming and oh my God, I'm going to call 911. Let the professionals come in the meanwhile, I'm going to hold that person's hand and pray. That's what I'm going to do. Your dad had no preference as to what church. I think my dad was upset that my mom didn't baptize us in his church. I think he really was. Well, she baptized the three of us, but didn't send us. Then she had my brother over here in America, my baby brother, and she baptized him Anglican. So he was the first of the babies that got baptized as Anglican. And then my three were the next. And I think my sister went to Lutheran churches to have her kids baptized, which is the same as Anglican, right? Yeah, Jada was coming into the world feet first. She was coming in to run. She was already coming into the world to run. Okay, Jada wasn't playing. So it's just crazy the dogma and stuff that different religion and churches and stuff they want to push down your throat. And I talked about that at the other page. That's why people fall into cults so easily because they want something to believe in, and the churches offer all this empty hope. Some, not all the churches, majority of the churches though, I feel they offer empty hope. I don't like going to churches where there's a prophet or a prophetess that's going to come and prophesy over me because it's never something good. It's always doom and gloom. It's always God wants you to serve him more. God wants you to give more of your time to this church, this, that, and the third. And he sees you owning your own business and you're going to become a millionaire. I'm like, oh, whatever. How often have I heard this bull crap? You know what I mean? But the churches have conditioned people or preconditioned them to fall into cults. Look at the Jim Jones cult, right? He was doing a church type thing. Although when the people got over to Guyana, they didn't want to drink that Kool-Aid. That's when people say, oh, they didn't drink the Kool-Aid. No, a lot of those people did not want to drink the Kool-Aid. And when they said no, they don't want to drink it, they put a gun to the dome and took them out. So it's like me, I will never fall into a cult. Because the minute you want me to praise you too much is the minute I part ways with you. What? Me didn't want nobody praise me like that. No. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. So, and I'm not going to be praising nobody. Oh, that's the pastor. I will have respect. If anybody invite me to their church and I go, I will have respect for the pastor. I'll follow the protocol and everything, but I'm not going to be kissing up under their butt and join it and have to do what he tell me to do. And I can't make a decision and he tell me what kind of clothes to wear. Like if they say I can't wear this, it's like, why? There's nothing showing. No cleavage. No nothing. Shoulders? What's wrong with bare shoulders? Right? Like I remember I went to that church and the pastor wife tell me that if I'm going to join the evangelical, whatever the hell they call it, the committee, right? Bessie probably know the name of it. Bessie, what they call the different committees they have at the church. They have a name for it. But they say if I'm going to join the evangelical committee, for the words I don't know, the lady tell me that I cannot wear open toe shoes. And I look at her very, very politely and nice and I said, why? I said, Jesus wore sandals. And she couldn't say nothing. And I wasn't trying to be facetious. I was just trying to be honest, right? And she looked like, oh hell, I don't have a response for this one. And I didn't join it because I didn't want to join the evangelists. I didn't want to join that, right? And I came home and I told you, just because she husband have one toe fetish, I mean, me can't wear my toes out shoes. I don't like to wear close up shoes because my feet can't breathe. Auxiliaries. Thank you, Bessie. I knew you would know it. I said, me don't want to join that. And the pastor was like, but you would be good at it. They used to like when I prayed. They used to love when I prayed at that church, especially when they have them big convention every July. Ooh, they used to love when I prayed. They would invite me to come back Thursday morning and Friday morning because the convention would start Wednesday night right through the Sunday. And they would say, can you come back Thursday morning and Friday morning at 6 o'clock and pray? Because we like how you pray. Why they like how I pray? Because I pray like the Anglicans pray. They have all those beautiful prayers that I've committed to memory. I add my only 2 cents in there, and that's what I did. They all then do the Father God, Father God, Father God, Father God, Father God. I'm like, what are you saying? Then they start to talk tongues, and I'm like, okay. Are you really praying for anybody though? Right? So yeah, I didn't want to join it. And I had to stop her. And you guys know who the pastors are. If you watch Preachers of LA, Ron Gibson and Lavette Gibson from Life Church, that's who the pastor and his wife are. You know? But I have to break people all the time because I'm like, I'm not going in there with any disrespect, but nobody no one tell me what I could wear. I know what I'm wearing in public and I know what looks decent in different settings. Like when I go to church, I would wear something that I would wear on a job interview. And I would not wear this on a job interview. So they don't have to check me with something like this. But these church people, they dress very common now. So if I wanted to wear this, they shouldn't be able to tell me anything. That's just my own rules that I made up for me. I'll go like if I were on a job interview. And speaking of a job interview, my mom used to always watch things like that on TV about what you need to do if you have a job interview. And one of the main things she used to stress is that you're not supposed to put your tongue in and run it over your gum, like under your lip. And he says, don't ever do that at an interview because that means you're disinterested like this. You're not supposed to do that. That's one of the main things she used to stress all the time. So let's see how long we've been here. We've been here an hour. Remember, we get 20 hours a month, but today is August the 4th, and this is going to renew on the 13th. So we could do an hour each day for the next, 11 days, right? And then it'll renew. Once it renews, I'm going to stop right here, park, and we're going to go back to the next page, the next email. And we're going to go live there for the 20 hours there. That starts on the 5th. So we could come live every hour. Remember, during the week from Monday to Friday, I want to do it at 4 o'clock, right? And I'm going to try to start setting it up early enough, like a couple hours early, so you guys know that I'm coming. Because I really had intended to come yesterday, but man, I got wiped out after the yard sale. Bessie wasn't in that live this morning, and I took it down. Bessie, we made I think $138. I rounded up to $140. It's enough to register the Tahoe, and that's what I'm about to do when I get off. I'm going to go find that bill and let Joshua do that for me. Get that over with. They're not going to send my sticker right away, but as long as it's registered, I'm good to go. I can still drive it. And incidentally, I don't know if this is every state, but in California, you have net 30. So like if it's due on the 8th, right, of August, you have to pay it by the 8th of August or you're going to pay late fees. You have to pay it. So even if the car needs to smog, but you didn't smog it yet because you have to repair things on it before it can pass smog, still pay the registration. Don't play no games with that because once the due date has passed, that's it. You're going to pay late fee. So pay the thing, and then you still have another 30 days to get it smogged. So mine is due August the 8th. So the cop following behind me will have no idea when my thing due. They just know it expires in August. So they're going to assume that it expires August 31st because that's the last day in August. So I have net 30 after that. So I have till the end of September before legally they can pull me over for my tags. They can't because you got 30 days after that month. So let's say it was due, maybe it was due June 30. Let's say it was due June 30. They're not going to bother me till July 31st. because the next month come to an end and they don't know when it's due. So I'm lucky that mine is due August the 8th. So I get all of August and I get all of September before they have to bother with me. I don't have to smog it, but I just have to wait for them to send the sticker and then I can put it on, but I can still drive the car. You guys get what I was telling you, right? And other companies like your light company, your gas company, and maybe not the water. I don't think my water company is like that. What's up, baby? Gas, light, and phone company and the cable. They charge you a government fee up front. Yeah, left it alone. They charge a government fee up front, like $15, $20 fee. And because they do that, they have to give you net 30 after your due date before they could cut you out. Poor daddy. What are you harassing that man for?
He's sleeping. He's fine. He's happy. Maybe it's a little hat.
All right, guys. Oh, we had quite a little group here tonight. I know you guys are my diehards. I love sitting here running my mouth and sharing whatever I know. And if I'm wrong, you check me, right? No, Barbara, I don't think that's right. Check me. I don't care. I will come back and fix anything that we said wrong. And like I said, if we're talking about YouTubers, if I suspect something about them, but I'm not sure, I'm not going to call their names because I don't want to like slander somebody when it's only my suspicions. You know what I mean? But next time, maybe we'll talk about that crazy girl from what do you call her channel? That's So Raf and Aya. I've spoken before about her at Babs Bear Talk. They went off the air for like a month. And then when they came back, they sold their house that they just bought the other day and fixed up, and they moved back to Poland. I know they're saying that they're going to be traveling all about the place, but I don't know how they're going to be doing all this traveling because I don't really think they're making the money like that, like they want you to believe. And the guy says, yeah, people are complaining that we move too much, but we move because we can. Usually when you see YouTubers that move like that, they're running from something.
Tax.
Huh?
Tax.
It's probably taxes indeed. I know Jada is kidding, but it's probably taxes. Because a lot of them don't pay any taxes. Ours is 2-year renewal too, Bessie. It's every other year. It's every other year. So last year I had to smog, so this year I don't have to smog. I am praying that next year when the smog is due that I have a newer car. I don't know that I'll ever have a brand new car again from now till I die because it's so expensive to pay for a car. Think about it. A Tahoe nowadays, a bottom of the line Tahoe, is like $65,000. How I could pay for that? Only way I could do that if it's brand come. Oh, I just remember I saw a brand thing when I came into Bear Pantry Talk because that has a different email. It's Bear Pantry Talk at Gmail instead of Bear Pantry Show at Gmail. And I saw an invitation for some company that says they're looking for people to do UGCs and that they will pay for the UGC. Just make the video and give it to them and they'll pay you. And if you want, you could put it on your Amazon influencers page. So I'm going to go answer them and go, okay, what kind of products do you have? And what are you looking for? And you guys pray for me because I'm not going to hold my breath too much on this until I know more. But I did see a solicitation because I get a lot of solicitation, but the email doesn't look correct. Like I got one the other day from, it wasn't Sony, but it was like a big camera company. And they're like, we're looking for influencers to do this, and the third. And when you look at the email, it's like some weird email. I'm like, this doesn't look like somebody at Sony or whatever would have this email. It would be at sony.com. You know what I mean? So you have to kind of watch those things. But this one says they're looking for UGCs. They have a lot of different products they would like you to unbox, review, all types of ish. And they want to know, did you want to? I would like to work with one company and just get paid from them. You know what I mean? So we'll see. If I could start making some good money doing UGCs, then maybe I'll get a newer car. It is insane. You know what, Africano? I was saying that like, man, 2024 has sucked so far because I was so sick in the first 4 months of the year, right? And then we lost the dog in the 7th month of the year. And I was like, oh my God, what next? And then I stopped myself. Because the year not done yet, you know. The year is not done yet. And who says something else not going to happen? So I just bind that in the name of Jesus. And I just started to praise God for the fact that I'm still alive, that no matter what I'm going through, that he's given us the strength to deal with it. We always knew losing this dog was going to hurt, like a mofo. They still say that, mofo? We always knew that it was going to hurt really, really bad. We fretted about it. As the dog got older and older, when it jumped 5, 6, 7, 8, we're like, oh God. Please give us more time with her, God. Please, 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 right? We always knew. And if we get another dog, Jada wants another lab. She wants another black lab. Again, you might see another black lab running around here or something because she's not ready yet. But I feel like when she's ready, a dog will present herself. It's always going to be a girl because we don't like boy dogs. We're just not about doing the neutering and having them cut off the you know what. We want them to remain cryptorchid, which is leave the thing there. And it's too much. They raise their legs and pee. Oh no, we want girls. So another baby girl is going to present herself to Jada when the time is right. And I feel because I conjured up Wednesday, it's just like if I went into a bucket and put eye of newt and this and that and everything that we wanted for that dog came to be. And I know another dog's going to come Jada way, but we don't want to look for a dog. Because you could go on Facebook and find them giving away those dogs all the time. I feel like one of Jada's friends, one of her many friends, is going to say, "Oh my God, mommy, I went to my cousin the other day and their puppy had a litter. And my God, I saw one that was calling your name. And I really feel like you should go check her out." I feel like that's how that will happen. And I feel like the timing will work out to where Joe will soften his heart. Because Joe's like, "No more dog in here. You bring a brand new puppy, you know who want trainer? They want to run and hide. She always about the place. She don't stay and train the dog." Joe's not wrong. Although Jada did a lot of loving things with Winnie and stuff, we did the hard work. We did the cooking, the feeding, the clean up of the vomit, the clean up. We did all that stuff, you know? I made that Dubai chocolate with shredded wheat cereal and peanut butter because it's cheaper. Hey, I'd like to try that. I'd like to try that. So we're just going to praise God that we're still alive in 2024, that we can still make a difference, you know? And we're not going to just go, "Oh, the hell with 2024," because it's not done yet. My birthday still has to come. August 14th. Child, why do I always do this from the time I was a child? From the time I was a child, I always get hyperactive when it's my birthday. It's my birthday coming. Oh my God, my birthday, my birthday, my birthday, my birthday. My granny used to say, "Calm down. You want to get sick. You always get sick for your birthday because you never stay calm." But I'm always excited for my birthday, even if it's something as simple as me and Joe go sit at the beach and Joe cook the food I like, which is stewed chicken, rice, and beans, potato salad. I'll have the black cake. I'll make some other cake, and we'll go down there and chill at the beach and just enjoy it. I wish I could sleep there. I wish I could like rent one of the condos and sleep there the overnight or something, so I could stay up all night and just listen to the water and watch what goes on, and then after that go on the beach again all day and then come home. I wish I could do that, but it's expensive. It's in Kroger, over here by me for 12 something B. Not Kroger, Costco. A bigger box is in Costco for 12 something, and in Kroger it's 8 something, the smaller box. But those people had reached out to me before and asked me to advertise for them, and I agreed. And I remember signing a contract and everything, but they never sent the cereal. Never. Yet they give it to all the small channels, and they send them 4 or 5 different flavors. So I signed up for this thing called Bento, but it's not the Bento box. It's just a company called Bento. And they find the emails for these companies for you, the correct email and the correct contact person. Then it's up to you to contact them and tell them why you want them to come on as a sponsor. And I want to do it, but it's a lot of work. If one of you want to do it for me, I would gladly take the help. If one of you want to reach out to these companies and go, "Oh, I represent yada, 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 yada," like Brenda, we know how to read and write. Not that the rest of you don't know how to do it, but I know Brenda know how to do it because Brenda used to be a whole damn teacher. You want to take it over B and write them for me and say, "Hey, I represent Bear Pantry Show and she would like to take on this task," and yada, 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 yada. We'll see. I'd like to try the Magic Spoon cereal. I might buy a box and do a reel about it, or and put it at my little Instagram page where I put the reels. I'm gonna do a reel on that knife too, because I taped everything in the profile orientation. And I was going to do a reel on something else too. I forgot what the hell it was, but I taped it already. Something else that I wanted to advertise. All right, guys. Thank you for coming in and spending your precious Sunday afternoon with me. I don't know what time we're going to do it on Saturdays and Sundays. Today we did it 2:30 because I ate and then I had to digest and all that stuff. I think maybe I want to do it like around 1. But in any case, during the week, it's going to be 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which is California time, because that works for me. Because 5 o'clock I feed Cora, and then by then I'm relaxing after 6 o'clock. So that works. All right. Thank you guys for coming in. If you have a topic you want me to talk on the next time, send it to me in my email. You can send it at barepantryshow@gmail.com because I very seldom check Bear Pantry Talk. I only check it when I'm logged into this account. Okay. Thank you for coming in, guys. I will see you guys on the next one. Okay. Bye. And you're going to start cooking. I couldn't even play my opening stuff because I didn't have no opening stuff stored over here at this StreamYard, but I'm going to go upload that stuff right now. Bye, guys.